You may never look at unicorns the same way again. I'm so sorry.
To our viewers, I want to say this is not just...
What?
What the hell happened? Was it a bomb blast or something? Yeah,
Sure.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Abhas Dash, and in today's video, we have Alex, a very special guest from Jina.ai. Jina.ai is a company name and the product of there is Jina. So let's understand what is Jina. But today's episode is very much exciting because we have two types of giveaways. One giveaway will be given by Jina if you fork their repository or clone it. And second is like, if you want to win goodies from Jina.ai, you can go and check in the description. We have a quiz competition for you guys, only 10 questions. And these 10 questions are revolving around Jina. So make sure that you view this particular video from starting to last to know what is Jina and how to fork it, and as well as how to clone it, the repositories. So please go and check out the link in the description and enjoy.
Like a Hellcat.
So hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Abhas Dash, and today we have Mr. Alex, who is a developing relationship lead in jina.ai. And today we'll be discussing about, I'll be giving you an idea about, he will be also talking regarding what is Jina, what is neural search, and how it can help you guys. Welcome Alex to the channel, Kineto Klub. We all welcome you.
Thank you. It's fantastic to be here.
Thank you. So why don't you give a short introduction to our viewers who are watching this channel?
Okay. So as our glamorous host with the most said, I'm Alex CG. I'm the developer relations lead for Jina.ai. Jina.ai is a startup. We're based in Berlin, Germany. Started about a year and a half ago, so we're still pretty new, but growing super quick. What we do is we offer an open source neural search framework. Basically, this allows anyone to develop their own search engine for any kind of data. When I say any kind of data, I mean almost any kind of data you can imagine. So text, images, audio, video, amino acids, 3D models. If a neural network can understand it, you can use it to search for similar things. So, I mean, the big elephant in the room there is neural search. What the heck is it, right? So to do that, we need to think a little bit about neural networks. You've got a neural network. I've got a neural network. Your dog has a neural network. It's just the lump of meat sitting in your lump of bone on top of your neck. In our case, it's made of meat. In the case of computers, it's made out of silicon. I don't know if you've ever seen a Where's Wally or a Where's Waldo book. It's a book with lots of very complex pictures, and you're asked to find this one little guy in a red and white stripy shirt. We know how to do that because we know what red is, we know what white is, we know what a shirt is, we know who Wally is, so we can differentiate him from the other people. And that's essentially what we're doing. You know, we're taking our mental image of Wally, we're looking at the much bigger picture of all of these people, and we're plucking him out. And neural search works exactly the same way.
Exactly. I was coming to that. Yeah. To give a context to our viewers, can you just explain to our viewers, like, what is neural search? Because there might be many students who aspire to learn into this particular field. So what is neural search?
Right. So in that case, it helps to talk about what we call symbolic search, which is the more traditional search or keyword search. So let's say we get in a time machine and go back 15 years to the Google 15 years ago, or 20 years maybe. And I type in cute puppies. Now Google has indexed a whole lot of data. Some of it's about cute puppies. So it'll look for the phrase cute puppies. Or maybe it'll have a lookup tree as well. So cute could also be adorable. Or, I don't know, kawaii, or some other word. And puppies like little dog, or doggy, or pupper, or doggo, or something like that. And using that, it would find similar things. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't understand that a puppy is a little dog. That would be written in its little rule book somewhere. But neural search does it differently because it uses neural nets. Neural nets are trained like you or me. When you're growing up, when you're a baby, let's face it, babies are kind of dumb. So you don't know a dog from a cat. Mm-hmm. You have to learn that by looking at lots of dogs and lots of cats and lots of different kinds of dogs and different kinds of cats. Because if you look at a Dalmatian and a Chihuahua, mm-hmm. you wouldn't immediately think they're the same kind of animal. But we've got that understanding because we've mm-hmm. been trained. And that's our neural network as well. A neural network, as I said, in here or in the computer, starts off as kind of a blank slate, in kind of a randomized arrangement. And what we do is a neural network is trained on data. It could be pictures of cats and dogs. It could be on, on a whole range of literature. Different neural networks have different specialties. And with these neural networks, like one of the most famous ones right now is GPT-3, which is scary good and really fun to play with. So you can type a sentence into GPT-3, like my unicorn poops rainbow sparkle poos, and it will create a whole, story about that, or a whole article about your unicorn having rainbow poop. That's what GPT-3 does, like text generation, fantastic. But what neural search does is similarity matching. So you can take a picture of a doggo and find similar doggos. You can talk about rainbow sparkly unicorn poop and find similar people with weird ideas like me on the net who write about that, if that is in your data set.
Thank you so much for throwing that idea, as well as on rainbow poop. And
yeah, you're going to get demonetized.
Okay, so can you just give an example, like what kind of different sorts of examples where Jina can be used upon, so that the student can get a context of it, like for this kind of projects I can use Jina, for this kind of projects I can use some alternative.
Yeah, I'll share my screen and I'll share some cool examples with you.
Please. Yeah.
All right, so this is the Jina Showcase site. Still pretty new. We're still uploading new demos, but this is an example of a PDF search engine. So you can ask PDF, well, a database of machine learning papers, any question you want. So what is a neural network? And it will search through all of these papers and find the paper that answers your question.
Awesome.
So you've got kind of powerful neural network be teacher. I'm sure this talks about them a lot as well. Yeah, and you can load them right here in the browser. We've got an e-commerce showcase, so you can search for different products. So you can search for just, let's say, plain white sneakers. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it'll come up with whitish sneakers. I should make it clear that this is just a very basic demo. If you were building something in real life, you'd have a much, much, much bigger data set, so you get more accurate results. We can also say this picture, but give it to me in blue.
Okay.
And there we go. Blue sneakers come up instead. And one I really like is our gaming showcase. Mm-hmm. So with this, it doesn't look like much, but all of these are 3D models. So if you design a game for Unity or something like that, you'll want 3D models for the good guys, for the bad guys, for everything. So we can click the piano and yeah, similar 3D meshes will come up.
Awesome.
And if you use this one on your phone, you can even project them into the real world.
Oh, we can use this in phone also?
Spin them around, zoom them in. Mm-hmm. I was playing with it on the train the other day. And it was really weird having a little piano on the floor I could spin around.
Awesome.
So much fun.
Yeah, awesome. So this is so these are some of the examples of fun-filled projects that the students or any of one who is working in IT sector, they can use it. So thank you so much for showing this.
My pleasure.
So Alex, Some of our viewers might be excited to know, like, how to fork and how to fork this kind of, jina.ai, how to fork the repositories, how to clone it and whatnot. So can you just guide through this kind of steps?
Yeah. Okay, so for forking it, that's pretty straightforward. You just go to GitHub, github.com/jina-ai/jina, or you can just go to get.jina.ai.
Okay.
And that will also take you to our repo, much quicker and easier. So as you can see, the repo, it tells you what we do. It gives simple instructions, lets you run quick demos, goes over some concepts, and all of that good stuff. And we really love our contributors. So we have about 190 now, and we feature them all in our repo.
So guys, I will be linking this particular link, hyperlink, in the description. So please go and check out the description and find out the link, and please go and check out jina.ai, and then you can see all kind of information here, as well as if you want, you can contribute also here. So this is just like a community.
So to fork it, just click fork. I've already forked Jina, so I don't believe I can, but this is inactive. It's an old project I was involved with. So we can fork it here. It's forking now. Should take a few seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And now I have a copy that if I want to contribute to Jina as a community member, this is where I would start. So I would go to code. But first of all, set up Git. That's way outside the scope of this conversation. But we would copy this. As you can see, this is in the Open Village China repo, one of my old projects. It's not in the core Jina repo. We'll copy the link there. We'll go to the terminal. I will just go to my temp directory so I don't fill up my home directory. But you would probably want to do this in a dedicated directory. Don't put in temp, because next time you reboot, it'll go bye-bye. Okay, we go git clone, and let's paste that. And here we go.
Yeah, it's simple. It's very much straightforward. And to the viewers, in the meantime, I would like to say, if you do not know how to open an account in Git, or you do not know what is Git, then please go and check out. I have a video previously made on Git and what is GitHub. Please go and check and click on the I button on the top of your, I think it's on left hand side. Yeah. So you can click on that and you can learn what is Git. So once you make that, then you can definitely, come back and, you can fork Jira as well as clone the repository here.
Yeah, and Git isn't just a Jina thing. Almost every open source project in the world uses Git.
Yeah.
It's an indispensable skill as a developer. Okay, let's go into Jina. And now we can see what's here. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff. But if we go back to the README, let's see what we can do now that we've installed it. So actually, if you want to play with Jina, and the way I would do it, cloning is really nice. We're always happy to get clones. But if you really want to play with it, I would recommend with the pip install Jina.
Yeah.
So I'll walk you through that now. That's probably a better way to do it. So I'll just, once again, I'll create a temp directory, temp Jina, cd temp Jina. As we can see, it's empty.
Yeah.
Now, Jina is built in Python. And if I just install Jina, or let's say I'm programming anything in Python, and I just start installing libraries willy-nilly, that's a bad idea, because there are plenty of libraries that my system has right now and it relies on, and maybe they will clash with the libraries I want. So what we can do is we can set up a virtual environment. So here I will type virtual env. Ignore the stuff after that. It's trying to autocomplete. We don't want that right now.
Correct.
So this has created a virtual environment for us. And we'll activate that. And now we can check, we can use pip. Pip is the package manager for Python. Let's see what we have installed in this environment. We just have the absolute basics. Whereas the window on the right here is my core system. As you can see, we've got env here for environment, and it's not here. So if we do pip list here, oh, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So we don't want them interfering with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So now we'll just go pip install Jina.
Mm-hmm. Voila.
It's pretty quick on my machine because a lot of these things are cached.
Okay. Yeah.
And this looks like a lot of stuff that's being downloaded, but compared to a lot of Python things, Python frameworks, it's very lightweight.
Got it. I can see successfully built Jina.
We'll just install all the packages now. Bing, boom, bang, done.
Done.
Okay. So now we can go Jina-V. Okay, we can see we're on 2.1.5. So Jina is definitely installed.
So is this the most latest version right now, 1.2.5?
If you go pip install Jina, it will install the latest release version. Yes.
Okay. Got it.
And if you want to upgrade, you can go pip install -u Jina.
Okay. Yeah.
We are moving very quickly. We're advancing all the time. So normally when I go back to my Jina projects, I just upgrade the version to make sure everything still works. Okay, Jina hello fashion. Okay, so this is downloading the fashion MNIST dataset, which is a very common dataset used in machine learning. You may be familiar with the MNIST dataset, which is a bunch of small pictures of written numbers, and it's used for number recognition.
Yeah.
With the fashion MNIST dataset, it's a whole bunch of little square grayscale images of t-shirts or sneakers or skirts or things like that. Right now, Jina is indexing. So it's looking at all these files. It's putting them into its brain. It's understanding them and building an index. It's kind of like using a reference book. If you want to look up something quickly, you don't go through page by page. You go quickly to the index and look where it is. And that's what Jina is doing now. Mostly when you do a search, you upload an image and it'll find similar images. But in this case, it's just randomly selecting some images from the data set and it's finding similar ones. So as you can see here, we've got a black boot and it's finding very similar boots.
Gumboots, yeah.
I'll zoom in a little bit. So sneaker, it's finding similar sneakers. Bag, it's finding similar bags. So this could be easily adapted for use in e-commerce with actually nice pictures. We use this data set because it's one of the standard data sets used in data science and machine learning.
Okay, so thank you so much for this. So this was very insightful, and this was a power-packed discussion very quickly. Within 15 minutes, we discussed a lot of things about Jina and how to fork it and everything. Thank you for giving those examples. Now, my last question will
don't forget the sparkly rainbow unicorn poop. Can't forget that.
Yeah, okay. So don't forget, viewers, to do that. Okay, and why don't you walk us through, like, jina.ai is an open source. So why don't you walk us through, like, how does it fits in the open source platform?
Right. So all of us at jina.ai, we've grown up in the world of open source. Open source, even before Jina was started, open source is in our blood. It's in our DNA. I can't think of any other way that we would want to build a company. And open source has a lot of advantages too. If we want to attract developers, man, I'm a developer. I wouldn't trust closed source crap. They could discontinue that at any time. Google sunsets things all the time. Or they could close it up and start charging $1,000 a month for it. Looking at you, Autodesk. So, yeah, open source is, as a developer, I want open source. I trust it. If the vendor goes out of business tomorrow, I can still get that software. If the vendor does something I don't like, I can fork that software and make changes, and maybe it'll even overtake its grandparent.
So viewers, this is not just a video where we are talking about jina.ai. So if you fork from Jina.ai, they are giving out some of the goodies. So can you please throw light on that to our viewers so that they can also get benefited?
That's right. We are eternally grateful to all the members of our community, and every member of our community gets a a packet of swag, including stickers, fridge magnets, key rings. We're still finalizing all the details for India. It has been a little tricky to ship there due to logistics issues, but we are getting stuff there very, very soon. So if you want it, there are 3 steps. Number 1, star our repo on GitHub. And to do that, I'll just share my screen again. To do that, you'd go to get.jina.ai and then click the star. Second step is to fork our repo. And I showed you how to do that earlier.
Yep.
And as I said, forking is the first step to contributing in a more meaningful way. And last but not least, we'd love you to join our Discord and we can continue the discussion there. To do that, go to discord.jina.ai. And that will redirect you straight away and you can accept the invite.
Awesome.
And then after that, all you need to do is fill in the swag form. You can find that on our blog. So Love Gina gets swag. And yeah, here's what you need to do. Here's what you get, some cool stickers and things. If you're in India, fill out this swag form. Otherwise, fill out the other one. We'll look at the India one first. Yeah, and just fill in the codes and then boom, 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 we'll get it to you.
Awesome. So developers, do try Jina AI and do fork and do use Jina AI in your applications as well as projects. So there is another way in which you can get some of the goodies that will be given out by Jina AI. So go into the description. There is a quiz competition that relates about the Jina AI and all the discussions we had today. There are 10 questions from today's discussion. It is in the link. Please check out to the websites of Jina AI. And we thank you so much, Alex. It was a very fun-filled as well as a very power-packed discussion regarding neural search and Jina AI. Thank you so much for throwing light on this. And I request everyone to please, last but not the least, which I always say, if you like the video, please do like, share, and subscribe the video so that many of the developers will be benefited by this video. Okay, so thank you so much. And thank you, Alex. Any last word, Alex?
You may never look at unicorns the same way again. I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much, Alex. And meet you in the next episode, guys. Thank you so much.
This ain't over.